What's going on, people? Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a minute since I put something together. I do apologize. I just been hella busy with work and different things like that. I've been so busy with work and everything else going on in my life currently, that I haven't really had time to do anything, really anything. For those who don't know, I'm about to be a grandfather. Yes, I am about to be a grandfather. I really don't know how to fully feel about that. I have accepted it, but I kind of wish the circumstances were a little different, especially now. You know, now that we're less than a month away from the baby being born. It's way too much shit going on in that situation. But I'm not going to dwell on the negative. We're going to enforce and uplift the positive. A young baby is going to be born, which is going to carry my DNA, and I'm. Somebody asked me, was I excited? I think I'm more anxious than excited. And I know that's kind of crazy, but I'm more anxious to get to the actual baby being born, and then, you know, I can work out my emotions and my feelings after that. I still don't fully think my son is ready to be a father, but you know what? I don't think nobody is fully prepared to be a parent. I know when EJ was born, I wasn't fully prepared to be a parent. But I had to learn on the fly. And I think for me, I did a pretty good job of getting him where he needs to be, or to a point where I can respect and I can be proud of the young man that I raised. But with me and his mother raised. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say his mother didn't have a hand in help raising him, because she's an excellent mother. She was an excellent mother to him. I couldn't ask for a better person to raise my child with. So you'll never hear me bash his mother, because she is an excellent mother. But let me stay on topic here. Yes, I am going to be a grandfather. I think I'm going to be a very good-looking grandfather. I'm going to be one of those granddads that got the full white beard and walk around with the suit, with the sport coat jacket on, with the shirt that's halfway open, with the hat and the sunglasses. Yeah, I'm going to be one of them. I have a few grays in my beard, but I haven't fully gone full white yet. I don't think that I'll be going full white. I don't think that runs in my family to go full white, unless somebody just decides to stress me out. I don't know. But yeah, I am kind of getting an emotion of becoming a granddad. You know, being a first time parent. I try to explain to my son, you know, there is nothing in this world that can prepare you for the love that you're going to have for your child. That is a different type of love. I was told this by my mother before EJ was born. And, you know, she flat out told me, it's like, you know, the love you have for your child is something that is completely different and completely separate than any kind of love that you have for anybody else. And I didn't believe it at first. I really thought that she was like, okay, yeah, you tripping. But when Emmanuel came into my life, I saw a change in me. And I basically felt what she was saying. Because right now, you know, my son, if anybody knows me, my son is my world. My son is everything to me. I will die on that hill, and I will die for him. I will put a bullet over you about that one. So I understand what she means now. I understand what the type of love that she was trying to get me to understand. So I was trying to convey that message over to him, to let him know he has a son coming into this world. And I was thinking, like, the bond between father and son is something that is truly special. And me and my son, we have a bond. My son can come and talk to me about anything. Now, whether he does it or not, he's in that age now where he's trying to figure himself out. He's about to turn 20, and he's in that in between age where us men, we're approaching manhood, and we're approaching an age in life where you got to decide what direction your life is going to go, or what direction you want it to go. I try to make it really, make it a real seamless transition for him, coming up. But, things happen. Things happen. He got his girl pregnant, and, we're here now. There's nothing we can change about that. We just, we take it one day at a time and keep it moving. It's very simple. He knows he has my full support, and he knows he has his mother's full support, and he has a village around him to help him and to be there for him. So he has a support. I made sure to put people in his life that were positive men, positive male, positive male role models, and positive males in his life to reinforce, not to be that nigga. There's a difference between being a man and a nigga. I didn't ever want you to become a nigga. Don't do nigga shit. Be grown man, be grown about yours, handle your business. You can be you, but at the same time, you can also be a grown man and be respectful, and be the type of man that your son is going to look to you and be. Because that's the type of man that I carry myself as. The type of man that I wanted my son to look at and emulate. My grandfather did it for me. I had a stepfather and my biological father were both in my life in two different times of my life. And I thank God for both of them, because both of them gave me what I needed at the time that I needed it. But my grandfather was the biggest constant. My grandfather was the one that I emulated myself behind. But, it is what it is. I'm like I said, I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the time I get the call and I can go up to the hospital and say, "Hey, grandbaby." But I'm just gonna leave it at that, I guess. But anyway, so this is going to be a podcast where it's going to be straight off the top. I have nothing scripted. I have nothing wrote down. I have nothing researched. I have nothing. I have nothing to go by. No notes. No nothing. Just straight off the top of the dome. So I might say a few things that might scratch your head. I might even get a couple of things wrong. But it is what it is. It's a podcast. It's not a test. So I'm going to do my best to keep all my information as accurate as I talk about different things as I possibly can. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, or I say, or I mention, is probably going to be opinionated anyway. So, it is what it is. So, boy, what's been in the news lately? Diddy. Diddy's free. How the hell he got out of that, I don't know. But I honestly think he got some shit on people that they don't want to know. So, doing off the whole trial, man, I just thought from the jump, and again, mind you, I don't know, I didn't follow the trial. I got bits and pieces, because before I really dove into the trial, I wanted everything to be over with so I can start from the beginning to the end. I still don't think everything is over with, even though he is free. But I still think they got some litigation they got to go through or whatever to finish that up. But I will say he is free. I think he was not guilty on like 4 counts and guilty on like 2. I'm not sure how it went, but I do know he was guilty on a couple of those counts. But I think those were lesser charges, whatever he was guilty for. But yeah, that's interesting that he basically got out with a slap on the wrist for all of that, because they was coming at him hard. I'm talking about they were coming at him so hard. They were raiding houses. They bringing up charges. They were trying to throw the book at this dude. And I've never seen nobody get off on those type of charges. But I think a lot of that shit was circumstantial. That's the key. A lot of that shit was circumstantial. A lot of it was voluntary. That's the key to it. A lot of it was voluntary. You know, even especially with Cassie, which y'all gonna hate me for this. And this is an opinion. This is the opinion. Cassie was a prostitute. She was a hoe. That's what she was. No more, no less. That's what she was. That's what he treated her as. Pure and simple. If that's the way you present yourself, that's the way you want to be treated. Doing all of that shit that she did for Denny, she's the one that hooked up. She's the one that did all of the hooking up and all of the setting up for all the male strippers and the ones she had sex with in front of Diddy and all this and all that. She's the one that did all of that. Not Diddy. See, that's starting to come out, but I digress. I'm not going to dwell too far, or I'm not going to venture too far down the rabbit hole with that shit, because that can take for hours, and I'm not gonna I am not gonna entertain that for hours. So recently I've looked on the internet, and apparently Nicki Minaj and SZA are beefing. I am trying to figure out why. What the hell did I miss? What the hell did I miss that SZA and Nicki Minaj are beefing? Over, I don't know what happened. All I know is I saw a tweet. I saw some tweet, Lord Jesus. I saw tweets of Nicki dragging SZA for some reason. And it's like, what the hell? And then I started going back and started looking at some old tweets, and Nicki is just going in. Nicki is just going in, talking about calling SZA fat, and dude can pick her up on stage, and I don't know what SZA said. I'm still trying to find out what SZA said. She got a tweet out here that says, "I wasn't even talking about or to anyone. I had just got off stage talking about retrograde. Niggas DM me and yes, I'm mad now. Do you need that?" Like, what the fuck is she talking about? What the hell is she talking? I don't know what she's talking about. But apparently I missed something. Somebody's gonna have to enlighten me, or somebody's gonna have to send me a message of what the hell. Because it's the thing about this, trying to follow this shit, it is all over the place. It is all over the place. And Nicki said in a tweet, "So glad I have proof of being bullied and being lied on by a man publicly. On a platform, I used my job after I rejected his business proposition on more than one occasion. He failed to disclose to the public that I had rejected his business proposition, and thereby acting in what appears to be in retaliation, purposely used to cause financial damages, and engaged in a smear campaign against the brand." Then she goes on and says, "LOL, y'all remember that man from TDE who kept bullying me on Twitter for no reason? We have receipts. LOL, I never even responded to him. What's his name again, y'all?" Sound like you responded to his ass now. "I'm going to give him a nickname, call him minus 30 million from now on." I don't know what the hell. Then SZA comes back and says, Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait. Oh, don't take the bait, silly goose. Okay, alright, so SZA jumped her ass into some beef that she had a bit fucking with. Okay. Alright, now I get it. See, this is what happens when you jump in shit that you ain't got no business sticking your head in. And we as black folks do that a lot. We as black people do that a lot. Now you airing our shit publicly. Now you airing our shit publicly between SZA and Nicki Minaj, queen of the BBW. I mean, I'm sorry, not BBWs. I would never disrespect my BBWs like that. I apologize. I would never disrespect y'all like that. Queen of the BBLs, both of them, because both of you got BBLs. Only thing about it is, I think SZA's BBL looks a little better than Nicki, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to enhance your body to sell records. Look at Cardi B. Cardi B is a walking pin cushion. and I'm gonna catch some heat with this. Cardi B is not attractive looking. I'm sorry. There's nothing attractive in her face at all. Period. Point blank. You can say what you want to say. Y'all can talk about me. Y'all can talk about I'm short, I'm fat, I'm ugly. That still don't change the fact that she looked like a fruit bat. Alright? That shit don't change the fact. But it is what it is. She went and got her ass done. She went and got her boobs done. And now all of a sudden, she is supposedly this beauty queen. She was an ex-stripper. Okay? How many ugly strippers do you know? I know a bunch of them. Not that I go to strip clubs, because I don't. But I do know several very unattractive, hard in the face looking strippers. They just, from the neck down, they are absolutely immaculate. Just from the neck up, they look like I hit in the head with a hammer. It just is what it is. And then now, speaking of Cardi B, speaking of Cardi B, she's back in the fray. Mess around with Stefan Diggs. And my thing is, she goes from one toxic relationship to another. That's what I don't understand. You know, so, you get in a relationship with, what's the guy's name? It's not Quavo, not Takeoff, the other Migo. I can't think of his name right now. So apparently you know this dude been fucking around on you the whole time, right? He been fucking around you the whole time. And y'all on again, off again, on again, off again, doing y'all thing. You know, I understand because you were in a marriage. Y'all were actually married. So, you know, it's one of them deals where it's different when you fucking somebody that you just, or if you just fucking somebody versus you being married. That's a whole different animal. You know, he was lame as hell for that shit. And my thing is, who you fucking, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Who you fucking that's better than Cardi B? Let me keep it a whole buck. Where's your upgrade? I mean, if you want to go out and fuck around and cheat on arguably one of the hottest female rappers in the game, who are you going to please? I mean, I haven't seen the chick, but please don't tell me you fucking an OnlyFans model. Please. Don't tell me even though them OnlyFans models, they're making money. Yeah, but that's about it. They have no substance. I wouldn't dare marry. I wouldn't dare fuck an OnlyFans model, let alone marry one. So please tell me you end up marrying one of the hottest chicks in the game, and then you go around fucking around on her with some random ass bitch. That's lame as shit. That's lame as shit. I guess it's just me. It's just me, and my thing is, you know, Cardi B probably giving you all the nasty sex. She nothing but nasty. So she probably give you all the nasty sex you can stand. So you just trade. I mean, I didn't get that. It's just like niggas that cheat on their ladies, and their ladies are bisexual, and they're in these relationships, and this woman is sharing you with another woman, and she has no problem with it, and you still step out and cheat. You need your ass whooped. You know how many men out here that would give anything to have a woman that would do that with them, and you still go out and cheat? You need your ass whooped. You need your ass whooped. You stupid as hell. You stupid as hell for cheating anyway. But you gonna cheat with a woman that's gonna bring another woman into the relationship. You need your ass whooped twice. I really don't get. I don't understand why some of you niggas just be niggering. Niggas is gonna nigger. It just is what it is. Y'all don't take no days off. I swear to God. Especially with this SZA, Nicki Minaj shit. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. What else is out here? I seen some shit on the Shade Room called The Thick House. Now, I am guessing this is a online TV show about full-figured women. It's called Thick House. And I am truly interested in this shit. Because, not just because I like thick women. This is, says watch now on TRS TV. I don't know what that is. I guarantee you probably can go on YouTube and find it. But it is some very attractive ladies, full-figure ladies on here. It really is. But I hope this isn't going to be like some kind of Housewives type deal. It doesn't look like that. It looks like more of a modeling thing. But yeah, I hope they don't turn that into some kind of crazy ass Housewives type shit. Because that time, I don't see how Atlanta Housewives lasted as long as it did. Just to be honest with you, well, as long as it's lasting, because they still got the cameras rolling on that damn shit. But it is what it is. Thick House. If you follow the Shade Room, go to the top where they have the not to the top, but right there at the top where you can choose between reels and posts, and you'll see it. It says Thick House on there. Check it out. Somebody send me a message that and give me a little bit more information on that, because TSR, this is like something TSR TV or something like that. I guess that's the real Shade Room TV, I'm guessing, but I don't know. I really don't know. Shout out to Lizzo. Have y'all seen her lately? Shout out to Lizzo. She y'all punked her into losing weight. Y'all really shamed that girl into getting in the gym and getting right. Shout out to Lizzo, because she still looks good. She's still thick. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lizzo still can get it. But y'all, and I say y'all, because I thought she was fine the way she was. But I'm going to say y'all as in the public eye and people who shamed her all those years. Now granted, she used to do questionable shit. She used to wear questionable shit. I guess for me, what kind of made me turn an eye was when she was at the basketball game, and she walked across the floor and that thong and all her cheeks was out. That one, well, I was like, Lizzo, I don't know about that one, baby. that one kind of stirred the pot a little bit, and that's what got the ball rolling. And then y'all had her breaking down emotionally on IG, and then she took a leave of absence from music, and then she just went and hit the gym and hit it real hard. I ain't knocking it. You know, hey baby, you do what you got to do what you need to do. So if that's the route you want to take, hats off to you. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on the weight loss success. Congratulations on the transformation, and I hope you have continued success, because you really are a very talented artist. She's very talented. You can't take that from her. One thing you can't take from Lizzo is talent. And that is a thing that is really lacking in a lot of our music, is actual talent. Now, I don't do skinny chicks. at all. I keep size 16s and up. But as long as she don't get below a 16, she good with me. Size 16s and up. I don't do nothing below a size 16. I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. I gotta have something to hold on to. And I've been told, let me talk about that. I've been told I've had, what is it? I had a type. So apparently I have a type. And I guess subconsciously, I've never really analyzed it until probably a few days ago when I went and looked at all the people I follow and who follow me on social media. Yeah, I have to admit I got a type. Probably 90% of the people that I engage with are thick as hell with a big behind and thighs. Apparently. And that's crazy because I never thought, I never thought about it that way. I never really thought about it that way. I have a certain type. And I'm like, that's crazy. But I mean, that was from years of coming up. Now my tastes are a little, they differentiate a little bit. They do. Even though I said I'll scream BBW to the top of my lungs. Full figure BBW, I'll stand on a hill till I die. But I even though I don't do skinny chicks, it is some very, very skinny, it's very, very beautiful skinny chicks. Very beautiful. That could one day be like, look at that. But for the most part, no. Y'all are beautiful ladies, but I gotta have something to hold on to. I don't need to grab your rib cage. Ain't shit sexy about that. I'm sorry. But let's move on. But the reason I brought up Lizzo, because I just saw a picture of her posing in this two-piece on a boat. And yeah, she can get it. She can absolutely get it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see what else is in here. Because it's been crazy. What's going on with Claressa Shields and Laila Ali? Laila, baby, you are retired. Okay, you are retired. Claressa Shields right now is the top of women's boxing right now. It is what it is. When you were in the game, you were at the top. You gloated. You did what you did. You're retired. Now it's time to move on. Okay, it's time to move on. I don't know what you arguing over at Claressa Shields for. Okay, baby, I understand that you were a hell of a boxer, but Claressa got the power, all that ass behind her, and I wouldn't want to get hit with that. You see, Remy Ma, as bad as she claims she be, she never ran her ass over there. If Remy Ma stayed in her place, you probably need to stay in yours. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it a buck. Even though you was a boxer, you was a hell of a boxer, baby. But it's time to move on. It's Claressa's time. I wouldn't pay to see Claressa and Laila Ali in a boxing match. I don't think I would pay for that. It's not like, and I don't think it'll be like the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing. To me, Mike Tyson was just in it for the money. He didn't want to, because he could have knocked Jake Paul's ass clean out, but he didn't. If anybody watched that fight between Tyson and Jake Paul, you looked at Tyson like, all right, Tyson's sandbagging. He's sandbagging. As simple as that. He took the fight for the money. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's almost 60 years old. Mike's like almost 60, or is he 60? Jake is in his prime. He's a young boxer in his prime. It's more beneficial for Jake to fight Tyson than it is for Tyson to fight Jake. That's what everybody is missing. Okay, everybody's missing the fact that it was more beneficial for Jake Paul for that fight than it was for Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson just took the money. Business move. That's all that was. That fight was a business move. But anyway, let me get back to subject, to point. Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali they're talking about a potential boxing match. I don't see it. I don't see the point. Nobody's going to pay for that. You might as well put that on Netflix like you did the Tyson fight, because nobody is going to pay. That's not a pay-per-view worthy fight. It really isn't. So I wouldn't even engage in it unless you're talking about close to $100 million. And nobody's paying Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali $100 million. Not this late in Layla's career, if there is such a thing. If her career is still, because I thought she was retired. So you're going to try to come back out of boxing like Mike did and take an ass whooping for the dollars? I don't see that. Now, you might take an ass whooping, but it ain't going to be for the money. Because I honestly think Clarissa whooped that ass. But that's just me. I honestly think Clarissa would put some on your ass Ajax can't get off. But that's opinionated. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Let's move the fuck on. Let's keep moving on. What else is in? Okay, so what's this deal about what RG3 said about Angel Reese? Okay, so I don't get the infatuation over Angel Reese. I don't get the infatuation over Angel Reese. Now, she's a beautiful, talented basketball player. I will say that. I still think she has to have time to develop her game in the WNBA, which I think she's doing. I think she's getting better. But the only problem I have with going on with what Angel Reese is doing is that she's a little too overconfident, and you're trying to take over a spot right now that is basically owned by Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. That's who they pay to come see. Not even A'ja Wilson, which A'ja Wilson is the best fucking WNBA player in the world right now. A'ja Wilson is that dude. She is that dude. A'ja Wilson can come out and put a double on her ass with no hesitation, but she doesn't get that noise or that type of recognition because Caitlin is basically Steph Curry. Think about it. Caitlin is basically Steph Curry. So instead of riding the wave, y'all beefing with Caitlin for something that she worked for a part of her game that she worked on. That's a part of the game that she worked on, that she could take them deep ass threes like Steph. So you can't hate on her because she's talented enough. She worked hard enough to develop her game enough where she could bring that type of aspect to the WNBA. You know, close scorers and rebounders are a dime a dozen in the NBA. All you got to be is 6'4", and you're taller than three quarters of the WNBA. So you supposed to be able to dominate down there. You know, guards don't normally come in the league and dominate the way Caitlin did. You know, but it's the hype. I don't even think, again, Caitlin is not the best player in the WNBA. I probably can name 5 more players that are better than her in the WNBA, but she has the most hype. So you got to ride that wave. It's a business. It is a business. Y'all, everybody's screaming about how the WNBA does not get the type of recognition that it does, or the revenue, or the players don't get paid enough, or blah, 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 blah. But you blocking your blessings by hating on your cash cow. You're hating on your cash cow. That's your cash cow. And it's just so happened she's white. That's the thing. It just so happened she's white and she's a good player. Caitlin is a baller. Angel Reese is a baller. Anyway, let me, because I can go on for days with that. Back to RG3. So, RG3 said this in a tweet. All right, this has got to stop. There is no place for racism in this world, whether you like a player or not. Angel Reese should never be called or depicted as a monkey. I have been quiet on the Angel Reese front because she shared a video that aided my wife and kids, family and friends, receiving death threats of physical harm to my family and friends, and also threats of sexual violence to my children on social media. What the hell? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to chill out. Why y'all threatening to fuck the man's kids? Really? That's some sick shit. That's sick. That will never be okay with me. I never attacked her or her family, even when I stated and backed up with clear basketball evidence that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. It's sports. Everybody won't like each other. People in Angel's inner circle called me and told me I was right. And Angel Reese has grown to hate Caitlin Clark because of the media always asking her about Caitlin being constantly compared to her. Which I don't understand how you compare a guard to a forward. But anyway, some people have made it about race, but I never did, and I never will. Instead of becoming the villain in anyone's story, I decided to just not. All that being said, Angel Reese or any black man or woman should never be called or depicted as a monkey, ever. If you hate Angel Reese because she is black, you are the problem. If you hate Angel Reese because you are a Caitlin Clark fan, don't turn it racial. There should be no space for racism in this world. Alright, so he goes on this rant. And then Angel Reese's mother, her mother chimed in. She said, Angel Reese's mom said, "Man, stop with the cap. My daughter's quote-unquote circle is so small and tight. So I'd be interested to know who called you. Whoever you said called you is not in her circle to speak on her feelings toward a media fandom made up beef. Just stay on that side because the doors are closed over here." Angel Reese tweeted, "Lying on this app when everybody know the first and last of everybody in my circle for clout is nasty work." Wow. So they're basically saying that RG3 is lying. And then Shaq spoke up basically saying, "Hey, listen, leave Angel Reese alone. You need to, he hates RG. Apparently Shaq got beef with RG3 now over Angel Reese. How in the fuck that you gonna have beef with somebody over somebody else's beyond me? It's kind of creepy, especially with it being somebody your daughter's age. It's kind of weird. But anyway, so apparently Shaq took offense to what RG3 was talking about. Apparently, somewhere down the line, RG3 called her a monkey or something like that. I haven't seen no evidence of that yet, but I'll keep digging. But apparently Shaq got pissed off about it and then went on a podcast and just went off saying that he need his ass whooped or something like that, or he hates him now. He should have never spoke on Angel Reese. Keep Angel Reese out your mouth. Basically just going on a mindless rant about how he needs to stick to what he's doing and leave Angel Reese alone. Which my thing is, if you in the spotlight, you in the line of fire. It is what it is. I mean, if you're in the spotlight, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but if you're in the spotlight, you're going to be in the line of fire. So you're going to catch love and you're going to catch heat. You know what I'm saying? They crucified Jesus Christ or something of somebody over what we did. So you catching flack for things that you do, your hate for Caitlin Clark, or RG3, you catching flack because you said some dumb shit about Angel Reese. Yeah, that shit comes around. You got to be able to take it. If you won't be able to dish that shit, you got to be able to take it. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to be able to dish that criticism, you got to be able to take that criticism. And that's with anything in life. That's with anything in life. You got to be able to handle anything and everything in that aspect, especially if you're going to be able to dish it out. But anyway, this probably has been the longest recording that I've ever made, which was pretty cool. This is by far the longest recording. And I hope I was able to keep you entertained throughout. I really do. So I hope you enjoyed it. I am, I guess I'm about to get dressed for work. But thank y'all for hanging out with me. Continue. I thank you for your continued support. I am blessed by it. But this is nothing but pure hobby and pure entertainment for me. It's fun for me, and I appreciate it. And I love sharing it with you guys that actually sat through and listened to my episodes. I really, really appreciate you all, and shout out to you. With that being said, if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Everybody have a blessed rest of the week. Peace.